No one's here today, not even Miss Starr. Everyone's probably busy looking into exactly what went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. Be proved in court today in the day of a crime. No one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. But instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. And now, we'll go to the High Prosecutor's office. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is. Looks like he's writing something. Well, what are you doing here? He was sure quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live for the past 2 years with rumours flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm reading for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So what did you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. Ooh. Savage. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it breaks down to, and nothing I can do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, the evidence was falsified. The police department and the evidence and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we may stand to lose everything. Police department's air is my air, and my responsibility as a prosecutor charge. Fact remains the same matter, but the same no matter. The fact remains the same no matter what excuses I have. Mr. Edgeworth. I take pride in my work, so tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep his mind kind of emotion balled up. So tomorrow's trial. Are you up for a trial tomorrow? First last year's trial and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out in a trial. Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I'll never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may have not been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. It was the evidence I was given to prove my suspect guilty. That was really the only thing I had in my mind at the time. Say, I just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture, something seems strange about it. Okay, so let's ask for the day of the crime first. Can you tell us about what happened on that day? The day of Detective Goodman was murdered? Your prosecuting ceremony in the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out the ceremonies. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends. Clerical stuff, I cannot pronounce that. I didn't plan on returning to that office that day. It was until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? This. Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, there's a piece of evidence in my case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. Okay, we're talking about the picture, so let's ask about the Gant team picture. This picture is hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor's Neil Marshall. He just started making a name for himself. It looks like he was sticking around the King of Prosecutor's trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? Trophy Mr. Marshall's holding. It's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind this design. A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award is based on. Okay, so now let's ask about the prosecutor's trophy. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with two characters. First means halberd, and second means shield. Have you heard this story? Me? Oh, sure, everyone knows that. Why would you tell it though? For Emma's sake. Very well. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with two items. First was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. Second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Objection! Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very description of both these items discreet both of them. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see, so a chipped shield and a broken knife symbolize. Precisely so, they symbolize the merchant's items. The tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words, but it's not nature to pursue matters to a conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks Mr. Edgeworth, I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why would you be only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago he had the halberd part of it abolished. Chief Gant. Okay, now for one thing that's been bothering everyone, you've probably been yelling at me today, if anyone's watching. I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright, let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just to start them, I'll check it out. Hey Edgeworth. Is that a tactic dumb shield out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First let me see what this girl's crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of You're having trouble reading. I'll read it to you. It says letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died. Mr. Edgeworth, none of that is your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. The path I've walked hasn't been just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh, I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. Letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Oh, I know exactly what we can use this for. So, let's go. Oh, that's the wrong button. I wanted to hit move. After about, I don't know how long playing this game, I still don't know buttons. Excuse me. Would even count for a £1/4 of roast beef? Miss Star. Okay, she's out of lunches. You certainly are of a curious sort, huh? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Still, I never thought you'd be go digging with a case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred the very day the evidence case was due for transferal. This can't be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know the little scene that happened to the witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savoured while eaten. The Star hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. So let's talk to her about the Dark investigation. Joe Dark, that's a name I'll not soon forget. Damn dyslexia. We trailed him for half a year, over pressure. Still, I don't think it was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though. He must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister. The best of the best were in that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. But after the case closed, the legendary power was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it's obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have any proof anything legal is done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After our case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even as much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became Chief Prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? So let's ask about the legendary duo now. Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation with Lana's second in command. They were the best. I always mess with my voices sometimes. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? The eminence Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? But I mean his ability to attract evidence. He had produced the most incredible evidence in cases he handled. Incredible evidence? You mean? Oh yes, there were rumors about him, even back then. No one dared confront him though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated everything crooked, and always watched out for other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have been recovered from the shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Starr. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? So let's ask about being used. Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yeah, it's thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief. That's right, having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There's only one thing left for him to control. Then no one could stand his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean, that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he controlled the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last. I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. You listen to me, Rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. So everything is starting to come to a close, and one person is kind of in the middle of it. But as I said before, there's one place we need to go with our new evidence, and that is the Gumshoe.